Society do you see evolving? Which jobs will still be here?
Yes, I'm very worried about AI taking over lots of mundane jobs, and that should be a good thing. It's going to lead to a big increase in productivity, which leads to a big increase in wealth. And if that wealth was equally distributed, that would be great. But it's not going to be. In the systems we live in, that wealth is going to go to the rich and not to the people whose jobs get lost.
Okay, so first of all, the mundane jobs, right? He's going to take over what he calls mundane jobs. What is a mundane job? I would say probably jobs that don't require that much thought, I would say. Jobs that tend to be repetitive. So we're talking about factory jobs, we're talking about warehouse jobs, we're talking about delivery jobs, driving jobs, these kind of jobs. Yeah, they're pretty much finished. And as far as AI increasing productivity and generating huge amounts of wealth for the rich, yeah, I mean, that's obvious because the corporations are going to utilize AI. I mean, think about it, okay? Compared to a human worker, an AI technology worker is more accurate, probably, okay, you'd have to assume. And it doesn't need to sleep. It doesn't need holidays. It doesn't need lunch breaks. It doesn't need sick days. It doesn't need paternity leave. So when you think about it, yeah, it is going to drive productivity. It is going to drive wealth for the rich, right? Absolutely. This is quite obvious anyway.
And that's going to be very bad for society, I believe.
So
it's going to increase the gap between rich and poor, which increases the
It's already big anyway.
chances of right-wing populists getting elected.
So to be clear, you think that the societal impacts from the changes in jobs could be so profound that we may need to rethink the politics of, the benefit system, inequality,
Absolutely, yes.
universal basic income?
Yes, I certainly believe in universal basic income. I don't think that's enough, though, because a lot of people get their self-respect from the job they do. And if you put everybody on universal basic income, that solves the problem of them starving and not being able to pay the rent, but it doesn't solve the self-respect problem.
So
So he said solves the problem of them starving and not being able to pay the rent. So this UBI, this universal basic income, like it says in the name, a basic income, is only going to be the barest minimum. It's only going to keep you alive, essentially. Yeah, you're going to have a roof over your head. Yeah, you're going to have food to eat. Your tin of beans, your loaf of bread, your cornflakes, basics. But as far as owning properties, owning land, as far as being able to travel around the world, as far as driving nice cars, doing nice things, yeah, that's not going to happen. Not on UBI.
The government needs to get, it's not how we do things in Britain. We tend to sort of stand back and let the economy decide the winners and losers.
Yes, actually I was consulted by people in Downing Street, and I advised them that universal basic income was a good idea.
And this is,
You hear that? So the politicians, okay, they're taking advice from him. They went to the AI expert and he said, yeah, UBI, that's a good idea. That's what we need to solve the issue. Obviously, they know and they can see, yeah, there's an issue here with the AI. They don't know how to solve it. They don't know what to do. And these guys are all saying UBI. They're all saying it, just like in the pandemic when they had the pandemic going on and they consulted who? They consulted the scientists. Now they're consulting AI experts.
You said 10 to 20% risk of them taking over.
Yes.
Are you more certain that this is going to have to be addressed in the next five years, the next parliament perhaps?
My guess is in between 5 and 20 years from now, there's a probability of about a half that we'll have to confront the problem of them trying to take over.
Are you particularly impressed by the
Okay, so when he says take over, right? He's talking about basically, and I'm going to put the link in the description, right? The article. He's talking about when the AI technology becomes more intelligent than humans, they could evolve, right? And they could develop a goal of taking control over human beings, to getting control, taking over the world essentially. And he's saying that this could happen. This is the issue here.
efforts of governments so far to try and rein this in?
I'm impressed by the fact that they're beginning to take it seriously.
Yeah.
I'm unimpressed by the fact that none of them is willing to regulate military uses. And I'm unimpressed by the fact that most of the regulations have no teeth.
Do you think that the tech companies are letting down their guard on safety because they need to be the winner in this race for AI?
I don't know about the tech companies in general. I know quite a lot about Google because I used to work there. Google was very concerned about these issues. And Google didn't release the big chatbots. It was concerned about its reputation if they told lies. But as soon as OpenAI...
Yeah, concerned about his reputation, not concerned about the people. We know what Google does already. I don't need to talk about that.
I went into business with Microsoft, and Microsoft put chatbots into Bing, Google had no choice. So I think the competition is going to cause these things to be developed rapidly. And the competition means that they won't put enough effort into safety.
People, parents...
I mean, let's be honest, these tech companies, they don't give a hoot about our safety. I mean, they're the same ones that put our information all on the internet in the first place. I mean, they pretty much ended privacy. I mean, they spy on us. I mean, you know, we don't care about these tech companies and they don't care about us. But the thing is that they've got the power and the control. And their little fight that they're having over AI and who's going to develop AI the fastest and in the best way, that's going to affect us. And even he's saying that that's a problem. It's a problem, this AI technology, man. It's a real problem. It's going to change how we live on this earth and not for the better.
Talk to their children, give them advice on the future of the economy, what jobs they should do, what degrees that they should do. It seems like the world's being thrown up in the air by this, by the world that you're describing. What would you advise somebody to study now, to kind of surf this wave?
I don't know, because it's clear that a lot of mid-level intellectual jobs are going to disappear. And if you ask which jobs are
mid-level intellectual jobs, again, do I know what that is? I cannot say I know what that is. You guys can put in the comment section if you know exactly what kind of jobs he's talking about. But you know, it's the job market, like I said, I've said this years ago. I mean, you're not going to be able to just go out and get a job like you could in the past. It's pretty much finished, man. The world is pretty much finished. I don't go, oh, you're being negative. I really believe that especially the Western world is pretty much finished as we know it. As we know it, it's pretty much finished, man. The lifestyle that you're going to be living, and this is why I've been advocating, guys, get your retirement together as soon as possible. Okay, and preferably try your luck overseas, because overseas AI technology, they don't have the infrastructure. They're not going to push for AI technology anytime soon, man. There's not that much time left in the Western world to get your money together, because if you're working a job and your job gets automated, that's pretty much it. You're on universal basic income forever now. You're not going to be able to find work.
safe, my best bet about a job that's safe is plumbing, because these things aren't yet very good at physical manipulation. That'll probably be the last thing they're very good at. And so I think plumbing is safe for quite a long time.
Yeah, I mean, plumbing is pretty much safe, I would say, because, yeah, the AI technology is not that advanced in that area. But again, do you want to be a plumber? I mean, I don't. You know, I'd rather do what I'm doing, retire early, and live luxury overseas, man. I've been saying that for years, but that's the thing. It's all up to you guys, man. If you got the information and you know that this is coming, don't sit there and complain when it's here, because we're gonna have a bunch of guys complaining, oh, I can't work, my job's been taken away. You're gonna have people crying, but you've been told about this for years. Don't let it get to the stage where you're a victim. Don't let yourself become a victim. Set yourself up for success. That's what I'm saying.
Driving, that's
Not driving, no. Driving, but
autonomous.
no, that's hopeless. That's been slower than
Journalism.
expected.
That's hopeless. You see that? That's hopeless. It's hopeless to be a truck driver. It's hopeless to be a Uber driver. I mean, what all these immigrants gonna do, man? Like, all these Uber drivers and delivery drivers, they're all immigrants. They ain't got no, they're gonna go back home. I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, it is gonna make a lot of changes, this AI technology. But anyway, let's finish this.
Journalism might last a little bit longer, but I think these things are going to be pretty good journalists quite soon.
Yeah, he's thinking about himself, man, asking about journalists.
And probably quite good interviewers too.
Okay, well, heaven.
I mean, we already seen the AI Joe Rogan, right? We've already seen the AI podcasts and stuff like that. So anyway, guys, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about this. Is Unreal Man here, the truth of man's faith. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you aren't already, and make sure to hit that notification bell so you're informed every time I upload a new video.